Hello guys, how y'all doing? I am reporting here with a new project, which is this BT21 friends, and they're all together, and it's like a 70 by 150 pixels, and I've decided to make it into a tapestry. I, of course, intend to make it into a bigger project, but as of right now, as you can see, I'm using a little bit of a different technique than our regular crochet, single crochet, half double, all those kind of fun little stitches. I am using an Afghan or Tunisian simple stitch, and it's the simplest of stitches. You kind of like knit but without knitting, and it's fairly simple. I have some videos up in my channel. I actually have the BT21 individual panels that I've made throughout it's been a couple of weeks because it's been a long time. Like, do not be fooled by this timeline or this time lapse that I've created for you guys. I've done a lot of work onto this tapestry, but I mean, fret not, because I mean, it's a pretty tapestry. I have gather all of my stuff into a bag because I move around. Like, I'm tired of being in one place, so I usually have all of my yarn in one bag, and I just pull it out when needed. It's not recommended because it tangles a lot. It really does tangle, and it really takes me like 15 minutes to detangle at most. Like, this part of the tapestry took me maybe like a week, because I was doing like 2 hours here, 2 hours over there, like 4 hours. Do not work at night. I mean, I did work at night, but it's very hard to see, especially like the black yarn. We all know about the black yarn. But yeah, and with this Tunisian simple stitch, you do not turn your work at all. You always work onto the front side or the right side of your project, which is super neat. And yeah, like, it looks easy. Like I said before, I have some video tutorials up on my channel if you would like to swing by and look at those. But yeah, it's fairly simple. So here on week 2, we have Tata and we have Koya kind of already done. We have half of Shuki, a little bit of RJ, and the atrocity that I've made for Mang. And it's going. I mean, it's week 2 of me trying to make this image into a real life size tapestry, and I have a little bit of a plan further ahead for this tapestry. So yeah, week 1 I also ripped my crochet hook, so now I'm using a different gauge. Now. So yeah, half of this project is made by tears and psychotic episodes of me doing this at night. So yeah. So yeah, like mentioned before, I actually broke my crochet hook. If not mentioned, because I don't think I mentioned it. I am using a crochet hook with a cable attached to it, just because, as you can see, at a, a point in your tapestry, you actually have to have all of your stitches in your hook at once. So I do recommend for you to actually get a crochet hook. They're like $15 at Amazon. I mean, if you do get the cheap ones, you're gonna experience a little bit of a frustration, just like I did. I ripped mine halfway through, but it's not a big deal. I mean, I can glue it, but I'm not. I actually didn't do that. I just changed my gauge and move on with my life. But yeah, and it's fairly simple, as you can see. It's taking a little bit of a longer time, but if you persevere and you move forward, you'll get a very nice piece of work. But yeah. So far, this is week 3 of me trying to turn the BT21 pixel grid, pixel art image into a real tapestry. And this is how we have it so far. It's very pretty, and we are just missing half of Cookie and of course half of Jimmy. So far, it's looking very cute, very nice. So here we're kind of at the finish line. I'm just finishing up, Cookie, and then the upper side of Jimmy. We have finished all of the characters. I mean, in this image that I'm referencing, which I found in Pinterest. So if you're interested, of course, I have the link down below in the description. You can always go back to the beginning of the video where I inserted the image, and you can take a screenshot of that if you do not prefer or do not use Pinterest. But in Pinterest, you can use it, or you can just type in Pinterest like BT21 pixel art or grid, and it will appear. And in this particular image, we do not have ban, which is fine. I mean, you could kind of add it in, but I was thinking about it, but I never actually got around to trying to fix the squares and all that, because that takes a long time. Like, I'm a crocheter. I do not make pixel art, which I wish I did, because turning regular images into like a pixel and then turning it into like a tapestry or something like that is fabulous. But I'm just doing the lazy way and just stealing an image from the internet and making it into my own. But yeah, this last piece took me. It was fairly easy to make, because I ran out of my picking yarn. So I think I cut off like 2 rows, but that's fine. And yeah, so for this overall tapestry, it took me like 3 weeks of like 20 plus hours. I just put there like a little lip balm for reference, so you can see like how huge it is. I did not take measurements, but it's huge. It's like huge enough to cover up your back. And that's where I'll leave it, because it's a little surprise what I'm going to make with my. It's not a surprise. I just said it. I'm gonna try and make it into a cardigan. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little video of me struggling.